Hello there, internet. On my Instagram, I made a series of polls to have my followers design a character for me, and these are the results. For a lot of these, I made it a sliding poll, which I regret because you can't exactly see the results directly. So for gender, it ended up being between non-binary and female, so that gets a bit complex, so I just decided, it doesn't particularly matter because that's just what the character identifies as, so I decided that this character will be female-aligned non-binary. For age, it ended up being a bit lower than the middle, so I decided if middle age is 50, then they'd be 30 to 40. And 62% non-human. I'm not very surprised by that, because why be a human when you could be literally anything else? For height, it ended up being a bit higher than average. For body type, it ended up being slimmer than average, which I was disappointed in because I was expecting the internet would want me to draw a heavier character, but no, so I'll just have to do that on my own time then. Shy was chosen as opposed to outgoing. For skin tone, it ended up being between medium and dark, closer to the middle. And I kind of ignored that it was closer to medium and just went with medium dark. There are air quotes there, you can't see me. For hair length, it ended up being about in the middle. A bit more towards long than short, but pretty in the middle. For hair texture, it ended up being right in the middle at wavy. And overwhelmingly, people did not want bangs. Not sure why. And dyed hair was chosen as opposed to naturally colored hair. Oh, and for whether this character dresses femininely or masculinely, it was 50-50, so I decided that means they dress androgynously or gender neutrally, so funny that this would happen. Didn't know people would be so divided. By just a bit, it was decided that this character does wear glasses, and people chose no tattoos, which I was also surprised about because tattoos are cool. Overwhelmingly, yes to this character having piercings. By just a bit, a warm climate was chosen, and also by just a bit, a wet climate was chosen. So, in review, this character is non-binary / female, an adult, non-human, a bit taller than average, a bit slimmer than average, shy with medium dark skin, hair is a bit longer than medium, hair is wavy, they do not have bangs. Their hair is dyed, they dress androgynously, they wear glasses, they have no tattoos, and they have piercings, and they live in a warm, wet climate, which I looked up and turns out that's a tropical climate. And then I did some concept sketches, and my first thought was, what if they were a vampire living in a tropical rainforest as a researcher, and then I thought, no, vampires are boring. So I started sketching an alien who's researching the rainforest on Earth, and they turned out pretty cute. This is this outfit, and this sketch of the face is what I ended up going with. So for the drawing, I drew it digitally, and for reference pictures, I literally just looked up rainforest scientist, which is apparently not the correct term for that, but I found pictures of actual rainforest researchers and I based this character's outfit off of their clothes, and I found a pose that was vaguely similar to the one I'm drawing, and so inspired by that I had them like standing and reaching up at like to touch a leaf or something. Not quite sure. I'm actually pretty happy with how this drawing turned out. And for once I actually drew an entire background, and I didn't even think about doing it. It was just something I ended up doing because the environment kind of necessary for this character. And I outlined the background separately from the character, which ended up being useful because I needed to edit them separately. And I also wanted the background to have colored line art, but the character to not. As in, like, the lines will be similar colors, like to the greens and browns that the background is, while the character will just have black outlines. And the background scene I drew isn't super great, but I tried and I tried to use references. I didn't really look at the references as much as I should have. For some reason, I struggle with outlining things digitally a lot, so that's why you see so much undoing and redoing, but since it's sped up, it just looks like it's flickering as I just redraw literally the same line over and over in an attempt to fix it. I really like how the face in this drawing turned out, especially after I colored it. Like, they just look so cute, and I don't know if this character I said was supposed to be like 30 or 40. I don't know if they look that old, but that's fine. They're an alien. It doesn't matter. They could be like 400 years old, except they're not because we established that they're 40. I didn't even use a reference for the shoe, which I really should have. Please use references. You'll save yourself so much trouble. And I outlined the antennas and antennae, I think that's the plural of antennas, in red because I wanted them to be separate from the head or the layers that the character was on. Not quite sure how to explain that, but that's what I did. It was just so that they'd be on top of the character's head. And here's where I'm messing with making the background have colored line art so it doesn't look quite so cartoony. On here, for the character, I changed this later, but for the skin tone, I chose a very warm reddish brown because, like, it was the polls decided that the character would have medium dark skin, and I thought that, like, since this character isn't human, they could have, like, their skin could be any color. But I still chose to keep it pretty humanoid. Like, I'd change it more. I'm not sure if what it is currently is what it ends up being. Maybe it is. But, like, it's very warm, very reddish. Yeah, I think this is the final skin color that I chose. It probably ended up being darker skin than medium dark, but that's fine because they look good. Oh, and I decided to make them have pink hair because I wanted to keep to the character's very warm color palette because the background is very cool. It's all greens and greenish browns. And for shading I used a brush. It was called Fluffy Watercolor, I think, and I blended it a bit so it looks like it's still far from even semi-realistic, but it looks soft. That's neat. Thanks for watching. I actually really enjoyed doing this, so I might do it again, and if I do, make sure you follow me on Instagram so you'll be able to participate in the voting. Woohoo, self-promotion. Yay, we love social media. So thanks for watching, and bye.